It was Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel last week. This week, Indonesian President Joko Widodo looks set to get re-elected for another term in office. India and Indonesia enjoy civilizational ties. They share 2 millennia of close cultural and commercial contacts. The Hindu, Buddhist and later Muslim faith traveled to Indonesia from the shores of India. The stories from great epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata form the source of Indonesian folk art and dramas. Now, General Subianto is the son-in-law of the country's former authoritarian president Suharto, who was overthrown in 1998. General Subianto contested against Joko Widodo in 2014. The Indonesian election is unique. Voters use a nail to pierce a hole in the photograph of their desired candidate. This year's election was significant for another reason. For the first time, Indonesia voted simultaneously for presidential, vice presidential, federal parliament and regional legislative bodies. No wonder it was described as the world's biggest and most complex one-day election. Another significant factor is the country's geography. Indonesia is an archipelago comprising more than 17,000 islands. It stretches more than 5,000 kilometers from its western to eastern tips. In the last few days, ballot boxes were delivered to the polling booths using speedboats, horses, even elephants. The statistics are mind-boggling. There are an estimated 192 million registered voters in this country, 805,075 polling booths, 16 political parties, 711 seats in the federal legislature, 2,207 provincial seats, 17,610 district seats, 17 is the legal voting age. Joko Widodo is a former furniture maker who grew up in a riverside slum. He is the first national leader to come from outside the political and military elite. Popularly known as Joko V, he is every man's image, resonated in the 2014 election with voters who were tired of the old guard. The poll followed a campaign dominated by economic issues, but it was also marked by the growing influence of conservative Islam. Indonesia is the world's largest Muslim majority country, also the world's third largest economy. Joko Widodo is described as a moderate Muslim from the Java island. He picked Islamic cleric 76-year-old Maruf Amin for vice president. On the other hand, General Subianto is a former special forces commander. He is reported to have links with some hardline Muslim groups. An entrepreneur, Sadianga Uno, is General Subianto's running mate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Jakarta in May last year. President Widodo visited New Delhi in January last year as the chief guest at the 69th Republic Day celebrations of India, along with other Asian leaders. President Widodo paid a bilateral visit to India in December 2016.